So today I'm going to be sharing my 2022 beauty favorites with you guys. These are the products that I just absolutely fell in love with the last year, and I'm going to be sharing them. I'll link them all in the description box below. Look, she's going to get into her spot. She has like a cave that she made. She goes into the sometimes she goes in the actual pillowcase if she can. She's really trying to get in there. Oh, look, there she goes. That's hilarious. So as far as primers go, I had two that I really liked over the year, and then I've recently switched. So I'm gonna share what I first liked. So this was probably my favorite primer. Actually, no, I really liked Bobbi Brown as well. The Bobbi Brown face base, I really did like that, but then I really loved this one. This is the Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer from Milk. Quite well used. This one I actually had a smaller one. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and I really liked this one as well. This one I think is a little bit better for mattifying. This one is really nice and grippy. However, I've recently found a dupe for the Milk makeup one, and I think the dupe is actually better. So if you're going for more of a grippy one, I would just go with the e.l.f. This is the Power Grip Primer. It is so sticky, it grips everything so well. They actually have a new one coming out, or it's already out. It's coming for me. Ulta's shipping is so slow right now, but they have, it's pink, and it's the same, but it has niacinamide in it. So I'm really excited for that one because I love that green one. It's so good. And then they have their putty primers. So at the beginning of the year, I was super duper obsessed with just the regular poreless putty primer. And I just apply this in the areas that I have big pores. So right here, forehead, and then kind of like on my smile lines and my chin. Then I discovered the e.l.f. It's all covered in powder. The e.l.f. Sea Bright Putty Primer. So this one is more of like an orangey color. This one actually has vitamin C, so there's like skincare benefits in it as well as being the putty primer. And then someone on TikTok asked me if I've ever used this one, and I was like, I didn't even know they had that. This is the Matte Putty Primer. This one is pure white. And this one for me does the best job of filling in my pores, but making my face really stay a lot more matte than the other ones. For me, I would say if you're really oily, I would go with the Matte Putty Primer. If you're just looking for like a little extra skincare, this has vitamin C in it. So I feel like, honestly, it's the same. I feel like these two are the same. This just has vitamin C. So I would go with the vitamin C, what is it called? Sea Bright Putty Primer. And then if you're matte, go with the Matte Putty Primer. But they really do such a good job of smoothing out the pores, making everything just look and it makes a difference. I did a TikTok where I didn't do a primer versus when I did, and honestly, you could really tell a difference. So I do think that the primer works. So what I do currently is I put this one all over my face, and then I put this one in the areas where I have big pores. So those are my favorite primers that for me work the best with my oily skin. And if you are new to my channel, I'm very oily. I'm not just combo, I'm like super duper oily. I will get greasy all the way up to my ear. Like literally the whole face gets oily. We're gonna go ahead and move on to foundations. I would say the one that I wore the most in 2022 was definitely the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I just love this foundation. It's very skin-like, it's full coverage, it's super beautiful, it lasts all day long. It really is a really beautiful foundation. I have the color 2N26 and 2Y32. I mix those two together when I am self-tanned, and then when I'm more fair, like when when I'm coming off, my tan, I'm just a 2N26. And then I also absolutely loved MAC Studio Fix Fluid with the Zoeva Authentic Skin Natural Luminous Foundation. Honestly, you can mix this foundation with any full coverage foundation and it's beautiful. I've mixed it with Estee Lauder Double Wear. I've mixed it with Revlon Color Stay. I have mixed it with this. This is a really gorgeous combo, and I have the color NW35. It's too dark for me, so that's why I mix it with something a lot lighter. This is the color 120 N Daring, way too light for me, obviously. But when I mix them together, it's the perfect color. The MAC Studio Fix is great because it is such a long wearing, full coverage, very good at like keeping you, fairly matte all day. I will always get oily. By the end of the day, I'm oily no matter what I do. It's just some work better than others, but I really do think it's a great combo. The only thing with MAC is that I do have to be careful because it can break me out. So the other foundations that I'm going to be talking about to you are a little bit better for acne prone skin. I like to wear this Like I don't want to do it every single day because my skin would break out eventually. So I really just try to be careful with MAC products just because they do for some reason make me just get very congested, which is a huge bummer because it's such a beautiful foundation. Actually, you know what's funny? This is the foundation I wore to get married in. Fun fact. Lancome Teint Idol. Oh, someone told me it's not Teint, it's Taunt. Taunt. I'm so French. Taunt Idol Ultra Wear Care and Glow. Apparently there's a matte one. I've never even tried the matte one, but this by itself, there's like a hair dangling on my camera, and every time I breathe it's like this one for me controls the oil really well. It's an absolutely beautiful foundation if you have oily skin, but they do have a matte version. Sometimes matte versions can be a little bit too matte for me. It's like just because I'm oily doesn't mean I want to look that matte, you know. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know, but I will tell you this, I have oily skin and it looks so good all day long. I have a wear test on TikTok. You guys can go check it out. I like the color 335W. If I'm really dark, like in the summer, I mix because I get fairly dark like naturally when I'm at the beach. And you know what? Life is too short to hide yourself in the sun. I know that I should be saying the opposite. I put sunscreen on, but like I've seen those people that like literally at the beach, they're under the umbrella, they're like, they don't ever get in the sun. I just love sunbathing. It's my favorite thing. It's peaceful, it's relaxing. I love the warmth. I love the sun on my skin. I love how I look when I'm tan. I do wear sunscreen, but you know what? If I want to go sunbathing at the beach, I'm gonna do it. I'm at the beach and I'm just goddessing it up in the sun. 420W mixed with 335W, that's my perfect combo when I'm in the summer, when I have a real tan. But when I'm fake tan, I'm 335W. I also loved this. This is a beautiful, beautiful BB cream. It's the Pure Elise Perfect Glow BB Cream SPF 30. This, I do, and I tend to wear quite a lot if I'm like in the summertime, if I'm not looking to do a full on, you know, super heavy situation. I have the color tan and medium tan. You can see they're very well loved. This is just really great if you want something that's not super full coverage. It's still a good coverage, but it's definitely not full coverage. It's very skin-like, looks beautiful on the skin. You guys know I have tons of tutorials wearing this. This was like my go-to. And then I just decided, I don't know what happened, but you know, you try new products and you're like, oh my God, I love it so much. But this is a really beautiful product, and I do have a coupon code in the description box that saves you guys, I think it's either 25% or 30% off. So if you're someone who's not super duper into full coverage, I would say definitely go with this. It's beautiful. And it has the SPF 30, but it's also like skincare in a foundation. My skin was actually probably the best when I wore this full time. It's got hawthorn berry, goji, Asian herb extracts, and it actually is supposed to help brighten and improve your skin texture as well as retaining your moisture. So it's more than just a foundation, it's a skincare product as well. As far as drugstore goes, there is one that for me always wins. It's the Revlon Color Stay Combination Oily. It's so good. I get the color 330. 330. It's got SPF 15. It's just a really great full coverage. I do have a TikTok wear test of this as well, so you guys can go check that out. But it lasts all day. It's full coverage. It looks beautiful. It controls the oil super duper well. It's just a really beautiful foundation. I actually like mixing it with the normal to dry version, because they do have a normal dry and then they have a combo oily. Mixed together, they're beautiful. Just like the normal dry mixed with this one, it looks a little bit more skin-like, I think. But alone, this is also really great. Okay, and then more recently, I just fell back in love with the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is in the color 4N1. I used to use it a long time ago, and then I felt like I wasn't prepping my skin well enough to where I felt like it started to look a little bit heavy or make me look older. And so I now make sure that I really moisturize. I like all my skin prep is so good, and my primer and all that I feel like it just sits on my skin so beautifully now. Today I'm actually wearing it with my new favorite. It is so good. It's the Very Valentino Light Lasting Perfecting Foundation. This also has SPF 26. I've mixed them completely, just half and half together. I'm in the color MN3, and it is so beautiful on the skin. This is such a good combo. I'm telling you what, this alone is stunning. Your skin looks so skin-like. You look so young. I don't know what it does to your face, but it literally makes me look so young. This alone, gorgeous, very, very amazing for oil control. However, it doesn't look as skin-like as this. This for me just makes me look so young. So I figured, well, why not mix the two? The longevity and the oil control of this, the youthful and just fabulousness of this, and then mix them together. And honestly, it's such a beautiful combo. I'm obsessed with it. It's wonderful. You guys need to try it out. And then I also really liked the Chanel Ultra Latant. Haha. I know how to say it now. I'm in the color BD51. So, and I have a wear test of this as well. I have a wear test of all of the ones that I mentioned here today so that you guys can go and check them out and see for yourself how they wear. They're just so delish. They're really great. As far as concealers go, there are really just two that I was just really happy with this year. Did you hear my voice? Happy. This is the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer in the color Fair. They stopped selling on Sephora. Why would you do that, Sephora? That's rude. This for me is the best concealer for your under eyes. If you are someone who has fine lines and wrinkles, if you have, you know, like for me, obviously I get Botox over here, so then my wrinkles are kind of like right here in the front because I'm too scared to get my jelly roll. Oh, that creeps me out so much. Any needle like right in this area of my eye, it creeps me out. I can get it over here, that's fine. But in this section, like I've had my bunny lines done in the past, I don't like it. It just creeps me out. So for me, I think this does a really good job underneath the eyes of not creping, not getting stuck into your fine lines and wrinkles. It's very thin, it's very lightweight. It does a really beautiful job of just going into the skin and not looking heavy or cakey or crepey under there. However, I feel like personally, I like a little bit more. So if you are someone who doesn't have a problem with your under eyes, I would go with this as well. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in Light Peach. I do the majority of this and then I do a little bit of this. This color is really, really light, so it really helps to brighten up my under eye. It's a little heavier though, so I wouldn't use this alone unless you're super young, then you're fine. But if you are someone who has fine lines and wrinkles, this is definitely going to be a little bit heavier, so that's why I only just use a little bit of this and then majority of this. If you are older than me, if you're more mature, I would just go with the Milk Makeup alone because I feel like this could be a little heavy if your under eyes are a problem. For me, I really don't have bad under eyes. For me, it's kind of like I'm just getting a little sunken in. Do you guys see that, where there's like a little bit of a shadow? And that's definitely because this lighting is poking a shadow. But for me, I'm getting a little bit more sunken in versus bags or wrinkles or anything like that. But I love that combo together. They're so beautiful and they don't make my eyes water, which is really nice. For powder, this one was the absolute winner. It is expensive. It is worth every single penny. I promise you. I don't care if you're young. I don't care if you're old. You are gonna like this powder. It is so beautiful. It fills in your pores. It smooths your fine lines and wrinkles. If you have tech neck, you can stick it like this wrinkle that I have. It's because I'm on my phone constantly replying to emails and messages and all the things. So I go like this and then I get a wrinkle. So I fill it in with this powder. I take it underneath my eyes. I fill in my pores on my forehead. It's literally like Facetune. It like makes you look like you have a filter on, but you don't. So I highly recommend this powder. It's again a little pricey, but this lasted me a long time. And this is in my empties. I finished the whole thing. You guys know if I finish a powder, that means it's fab. So I would say that one for me, hands down. If I could only ever use one powder ever again in my life, that would be it for sure. And then as far as like an under eye brightening powder, Ben Nye Super White, hands down. This is how much I have left, which is crazy because I only use a tiny little bit, but you can see I've been using this now for probably a couple years. And I just take it on a fluffy brush right underneath my eyes, and that's how I get that bright under eye. It's very smoothing as well. And it really just like brightens you up, makes you look alive, makes you look vibrant, and I really like that. I like that look. I mean, not everybody does, but for me personally, when I don't do it, I'm like, I look so tired and haggard right now. Like, I can't go out without this. And then I love this for under the eyes as well. You have to use a smaller amount. This is my highlighter powder. It is the Laura Mercier Celestial Light. Now, this is technically a translucent loose setting powder in the color is Light Catcher, or I'm sorry, the color is Celestial Light, but it's called Light Catcher. It's supposed to catch the light. For me, it's a highlighter. If I set my forehead with this, I would look like a shiny alien. So for me, I apply this just to this part here, and then I take it all the way under here, right underneath my eyes. So I put the majority of the product here, and then I put whatever's left on the brush under here, and it literally brightens up your under eyes so well. And the reason that I like this one so much is I feel personally there are so many highlighters out there that make your texture stand out so much. And I see it all the time on TikTok and on Instagram and even YouTube when people look so smooth and they look so poreless, and then they go and put their highlighter on, and I'm like, oh, you just ruined the whole look, because it looks so textured and it almost just looks like a streak of highlight. And I hate the way that looks. So for me, I always put my highlighter on when my face is still got all of the, you know, the cream stuff. So as soon as I do my concealer, I immediately go in with highlight before I do any powder. And I like doing it that way because it kind of like sits within. It doesn't sit on top. It's so like dewy and natural looking, but this is a powder. But because it's so fine, it doesn't enhance texture. It doesn't make anything stand out, or that weird bumpy, like, I don't know. I just don't like that look. For me, I just want to glow. I don't want to look like I have a bunch of highlighter on. And so for me, it just makes me glow. But you can see all underneath my eyes how luminous I am. It just illuminates the under eye so well. If you have that darkness, it just makes you just glow and beam. And because it's such a fine powder, I mean, it's technically a setting powder, but again, I wouldn't want to put it all over my face because I'm too oily. But because it is a setting powder, it's so fine that it literally just goes into the skin so beautifully. So for me, this was my highlight, hands down, of the year. I don't think I used anything else. Red Aspen Pearl Crown, I did use that as well. But this for me is the winner. It's just, the texture is so beautiful. Okay, and then as far as powder goes, I absolutely love this one. It's the Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder in the number 2 medium. This is by Charlotte Tilbury. This is a great pressed powder. If you're looking for a good pressed powder that just kind of adds not a whole lot of coverage, but just a little squidge, just something. It's a really nice powder. It's very fine. It's not heavy. It's not cakey. So I would recommend this one, and it's just nice because it's, you know, it's compact. It's not loose. Loose powders can sometimes be a bit messy. So that's a great one if you're looking for just a good pressed powder. Now we're going to move on to bronzers. So my favorite was, and I'm very mad at them, they discontinued it. The Beauty Counter, I've already forgotten what it's called. It was their bronzer. I don't know what it's called because I can't remember, but it was my favorite, and then they discontinued it, which was very disrespectful. So I have been using this one. This is the Glow Skin Beauty Sunlight Bronze. The reason I like this one is because it doesn't break me out. For some reason, bronzers really break me out, and I don't know why, but it's like, especially since I break out on my neck, like right now, I'm actually doing quite well. I only have one zit, which is like impressive for me. I had to like do a full detox system because I was using my acne treatment, and I feel like my skin got immune to it. So I completely went off of all acne treatments. My skin broke out so bad. I was like, dude, I thought it was past this, but clearly I wasn't. It was like full on teenage skin again. And then I just started that back up. And it does take a while to get back into it. Like, you can't just use it every morning and every night right away, or your skin will be fire. So it's been like a month of me like working my way up. I'm now up to morning and night every single day, and my skin is all clear and fabulous, except for one zit. But you know, you get it perfect. The reason I like this is because it does not break me out, and I apply a lot of bronzer to my neck because, you know, I have to blend everything down. This is so pretty. It's a nice glow. It's a little bit light for me, and that's why I wish that there was, I need to see if there's like a slightly darker color. But what I like about it is that it's got like a really pretty sheen to it, but you can see it's fairly light. It's not super dark. So like today, just to kind of give me a little bit more definition in my cheeks, I did the Next to Nothing Powder Pressed from MAC. In Dark Deep, and I don't want to take this down my neck because I break out on my neck, but I only put it like right there because I usually don't break out on my cheeks. So, but that one is beautiful. If you don't break out, this is a really great product. It's just, for me, I have to be very careful because my skin is such a ninny. And then this is a great dupe for Give Me Sun. This is the Sephora 65 Toffee. And then if you're looking for just a really pretty little just glow, the MAC Gold Deposit Mineralized Skin Finish. Let's just do a little dab. A dab will do ya. We'll just get a little bit and we'll just put some on the forehead. You guys will be able to see, hopefully, the glow that it gives. It just adds like a really pretty like sheen. It's really pretty in the summer. I definitely wore it more in the summer. And then I'll just put some on my chest so you guys can see, because I'm kind of a little bit paler down here. But if you just, oh gosh, I don't know if you guys can tell. Like, let's see if you can see the difference. No, you can't in the camera, dang it. Anyway, in real life, it literally just adds the most beautiful glow and like sheen to the skin. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. This one I end up wearing more in the summer because then I have more of my body showing, but it is just such a beautiful bronzer. I absolutely love it. Okay, now we're moving on to blush, my favorite product of all time. I just love blush so much. It's like my favorite thing. Actually, I'm sorry, sparkles are my favorite, but blush is my second. I just needed a cup of tea. My hands down favorite of all time, if I could never use another blush and I had to only pick one, this would be it, and it's affordable. It's Fascinated number 29 from Sephora. This is just so pretty, and what I like about it is that it's like this really beautiful coral color. So when you put it on, it just, it's not focusing, there we go. It just like warms up the face so well. It's super smooth. It does have a really pretty sheen to it, which you can see right there. And it's just, I have it on today, it just complements a tan. So if you have like tan, if you're like a fake tanner, or if you even are like deeper skin toned, I think you could still wear that because it's so pigmented, and it really is such a beautiful, like just bright coral tone that I think that if you're fair, like just use a very, very tiny amount. If you're like my color, then you can just go in with it. And then if you're deeper, you can really build it up. And I think it would be super pretty on like, you know, like more of that olivey, like to caramely skin tone. And then even if you are like a deeper skin tone as well, I think that you could still probably use this as like a topper, because it's pretty bright, and like there's a lot of color in there. I think it would, I would just absolutely love to see it on a darker skin tone actually. I think it would be so beautiful. I feel like it would just glow up the cheeks. So that for me is my favorite, and it's so affordable. I'm just gonna warn you, there's a lot of blushes. Another favorite that I love to glow up the skin, so I usually put this on before I powder just to give me that really pretty sheen to the cheeks, is the Into the Pink Extra Dimension blush from MAC. What I like about this one is like it's more of a candy pink, but it has the most beautiful sheen to it. So it really just glows up the cheek, and then you can add your pigment in with like the Sephora one, or you know, something that's got a little bit more color. So this one is, for me, is either, I personally like to do the shimmery one first and then end with the one that has the most pigment, because I feel like sometimes when I used to do it the opposite way, where I would finish off with the shimmery one, but then sometimes I feel like it enhances texture a little bit. So I found that now if you do the shimmery one first and then you do the one that has the actual majority of the color, then it actually looks better. So that's how I like to wear that one. And then these ones from Doll Beauty are so beautiful. Unfortunately, they're kind of hard to get your hands on. I think you have to just, I think the only way to get them is directly through Doll Beauty's website. And if I remember correctly, the shipping's a little pricey, but they're really worth it. I saw them on Rachel Leary, and like honestly, everything she does, I'm like, God, I just love her face. She's so beautiful. Like her skin is just impeccable. She does such beautiful looks, and I love her personality. She's so fun. She's really bubbly, but she always looks amazing. And she talked about these, and so I immediately ordered because I was like, oh, I need that. This is the Vacation, and it is so pretty, and they're super cute. I mean, the packaging, look at the packaging. It's like kind of like, it reminds me of Too Faced vibes, but do you see the sheen? So again, these are really beautiful to put down first to kind of create that base with the sheen. This one has a little bit more color to it than the MAC, but kind of a similar sheen. Like they both have a similar sheen. And then this is the Pinkin of You. Yeah, Pinkin of You. So this is also from Doll Beauty. This one's a little bit more peach. So you see how it's kind of got a little bit more orange to it. And then, but the formula is just so amazing. They just glow up. And then this one is Peached on the Beach. And it is, honestly, they're just absolutely stunning. So, so pretty. So you can't go wrong. But like I said, I think that the only problem is that they are a little bit harder to get your hands on because they come from England. So they're a little bit slower to ship. And I think the shipping was kind of pricey, but I could be wrong. That might just be my imagination, but I don't know. So I have the most blushes out of everything probably that I'm going to show you guys today. The next one, if you can get it, because it's always out of stock, Happy from Rare Beauty. It's a cream blush. I'm not a huge fan of cream blushes, but the wand is fabulous. It's super thick, so it puts down a lot of product. It's so easy to blend. It doesn't disrupt anything that you have on underneath. It is the most beautiful pink color. It's just stunning. The formula is amazing. It just like blends out so nicely. It gives you the most gorgeous glow to the skin. Like it's just so pretty. So Happy for me is an absolute winner. I just feel like you cannot go wrong with it. And then I also love the Jouer Rose Gold Blush Duo in Marigold and Rose Petal. It's just so pretty. Look at those. So one is a little bit more shimmery than the other. And I mix those two together and they're really, really pretty. So I usually use those beneath my powder, so as like more of my sheen. I just mix them together, apply them first, and then top it with something that has a little bit more pigment and color to it. But again, just super beautiful on the skin. If you're looking for like a good matte blush, these little Dior blushes in the color Coral and Pink. They're the Backstage Rosy Glow. They are so pretty. The coral one, I got the pink one first and I was like, wow, that's really amazing. And then I got the coral one and I was like, freaking life, coral is amazing. So that's what they look like. So candy, or this one is more of like a candy, like Kylie Jenner pink. And then that one's definitely got more of that peachy coral tone to it. But they really are so beautiful. But they are a matte, so they're not gonna give you any glow. So this is what I would finish off my makeup with. I mean, they give you a bit of there's a sheen, but it's definitely not like a shimmery sheen. They just have more of a glow, but they seem more matte to me. So those are the ones that I would top it off with. So I would put my glowy one down first, and then after my powder, I'd go in with those to just add a little bit of color. Then I absolutely love Cheek to Chic Ecstasy from Charlotte Tilbury. It doesn't look that impressive, and honestly, it doesn't swatch that great either, but it's just like a really pretty, like peachy blush. And you can see there is definitely a glow there. So that one is one of my favorites. I wore that kind of more towards the beginning of the year. Phooey, I'm dropping everything. This is the She's a Doll from Patrick Ta. It's got the cream and the powder. I mean, this is beautiful, but the problem is, and you'll be able to see when I get close up, it gets hairs all in it. It's so impossible to keep clean, and then that kind of grosses me out. I've tried cleaning it, but they don't come out. They just keep going in deeper. So I usually end up just using this, and it's like a really beautiful hot candy pink. I mean, I think this is a great formula, but I cannot seem to get the fluffs out of it, so it's kind of annoying. And then this is the Blush Soleil from Glow Skin Beauty. As you can see, I hit pan, so you can definitely tell that I liked this one. You know, if I've hit pan on a blush, because I have a lot of blushes, it just gives you the most gorgeous sheen to the cheeks. So again, that's the one I would put on before I powder. I also love this one. It's the After All Round the World from ColourPop. This is like a true candy Kylie Jenner pink. It's got that really pretty like Barbie pink, and it's matte. And I love the Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule from Fenty Beauty. This is the one that Madison Beer wears, and that's why I got it, because her cheeks always look so glowy. But that is what it looks like. It's really, really pretty. Very, very, like it gives you the most beautiful sheen to the cheeks. And then this one I do actually use as a blush topper. It's the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. It comes with all sorts of really pretty ones. So you've got your highlighter, and then you've got like more of like a bronzer, and then your pink, and then your champagne. So usually what I will do with this one is I will take this one right here, and I'll put that kind of up here to give me a bit of a glow. And then this pink one, I will just use as a little topper. And hopefully you guys will be able to see what it does. It just adds, because it's very fine, you can use this as a topper without adding any kind of texture. But you see how it's just kind of like lit up my face? Just adds like a really pretty like cool toned pink, but it's like very glowy, so that's gorgeous. And this one I love, but I don't know if they discontinued this color. It's the Primer Infused Shimmer Blush in Always Cheery from e.l.f. I was obsessed with this one. I wore it all the time, but then I can never seem to find it. But it's like this really pretty, like peachy, like gorgeous, look at that. It's such a good blush, but I always see Always Cheeky, but if that broke, I'm gonna be so sad. But I never see Always Cheery, and Always Cheery is the color that I love, so I don't really know. I'm just gonna wipe off this blush. Oh yeah, you can see the glow that rosy glow gate, or the Dior one. See how pretty my cheeks look now? It just like, oh, it does something magical. Moving on to sparkly things. I definitely would say my most used of sparkles was the Trophy Wife and What a Brat from Fenty. Fenty has just such beautiful glowy things. Like, she seriously nails it with the glow and the sparkles. I just love her products. These are so pretty. They're pink. So the What a Brat is pink. The Trophy Wife is like straight up gold. So when you swatch them, it's funny because when you swatch them, you're like, well, I would never put that on my face. Like, what are you talking about? What I like to do is mix these two together and put them on my lids. But if you put them on your body with a big fluffy brush, this is not a sparkle brush. Do I have a sparkle brush here? No, I don't. It's fine. I'll just use this. Let me just show you guys. You do the pink and you put it all over the body, and it's literally just magical. Then you get the gold and you mix them together, and they are so beautiful. Can you guys see that glow that it gives you? Let me just take a shoulder out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So here's the gold. So you put the gold on, and then you put the pink on, and it literally just, look at the skin. You're beaming. It's literally so amazing. So that's how I like to do it, is I either put them on my lid with my finger, or I put them on with a big fluffy brush on my body, and I just glow, and it's just fabulous. It's just my dream to be the sparkliest person of life. And then I also do the same thing with Cognac Candy. I use it on my eyelids, or I put it on my body with a big brush. You can put this on your arms. It's just, let me just put some on so you guys can see. So I just get a big fluffy brush, and then I just buff it into the skin, and it literally just gives you the most amazing like sparkle. It's not even gonna show, I don't think. It especially shows in the sun, but I usually do this on my legs when I go to the beach in the summertime. And you will, and because it's not like a product like this, like you're not putting like a body foundation or anything, you're just sparkly, and then you can put all your lotion, you know, your sunscreens and all that kind of stuff on over the top, but you still stay sparkly, and it doesn't build up and get like chunky or anything, because it's like literally just a little glitter powder. So I absolutely love that one. It's also really gorgeous on the eyes. If you're looking for like more of an affordable option, this one does a very, very similar thing. It's the Crystal Glow Jelly Balm Highlighter from Joa, and it is so sparkly. I love putting this on my eyes. It's just so, look at that, so pretty. It just like makes you look wet. And what I also like to do with this is I take my little highlight brush and I just swirl it around, and I put it right here, and I put it right here. Hard to tell, but when you go out in the sun, you just have these like little fairy sparkles, and you just look so fabulous. But it's also really beautiful on the eyes. And then another one that again is very affordable, I've still got my shoulder out. What am I doing? Is the Lottie London Diamond Bounce Illuminating Highlighter. Again, super duper sparkly. So, do you guys see that? it just adds these like luminescent sparkles. And again, you can put it all over your body, you can put it on your cheeks, you can put it on your eyes. And those are like some more affordable options if you guys don't want to spend the money for Fenty. But a lot of the time the Fenty ones will be on sale, especially Cognac Candy. My throat's getting so dry. I'm gonna be one of those people that has no voice when I'm old. My nanny has the same problem. I feel like me and my nanny are soul sisters. This is the pressed powder glow powder in Pearl Crown from Red Aspen. This was my highlighter that my highlighter of choice before I discovered Laura Mercier's Celestia Light, because it is so beautiful. My battery died. Anyway, that's what it looks like. It's so beaming, but watch when you blend it out. It's very, very, very smoothing, very fine. Again, does not enhance texture. A little bit more beaming than the Laura Mercier. So if you want like that really intense highlighter, that would definitely be the one to go with. But it is it's so beautiful. This camera's not focusing. Look at that. It almost makes your skin look like it's wet. It's so pretty. I love using that in my inner corner, on my brow bone. It's just so beautiful. So that one is a really great one as well. And if you do want to like really beam up the cheeks, that one is great. I don't know if they still sell this. I got it on sale. It's the Diamond Bomb Triple Drip All Over Diamond Veil palette. It comes with Fussy, Fenty Glow, and Hot Chocolate. And it's basically the same as like the Cognac Candy one, but it comes with 3 different colors. And they are so dilly dang pretty. Let's see if it can focus. Look at those. Aren't those so beautiful? So I love using those as like eyeshadows. And then I also have the Rose Quartz one, but I don't know where it is at the moment. I seem to have misplaced it somewhere, which makes me very sad because I don't know where I put it, but it's gorge. And I also have the white one too, but I don't know where that is either. So sometimes I lose things and it's okay. We're moving on to eyes. My 3 eyeshadow palettes that I used the most this year were definitely, I didn't really venture off very much. I'm kind of a creature of habit. I'll show you the one that I just finished because I want you to know that I did actually use up a whole entire, where is it? Just so you know how much I love it, I feel like I need to show you guys this. This is the Red Aspen Fulfilled palette. It is expensive. I think it's like $70. It's a lot, but this lasted me. I've had this now for 2 years. I think that's when I started Red Aspen. I have used this pretty much every single time I do my makeup. Most of the time I use this palette. That is how long it's lasted. So yes, it is expensive, but it's lasted me a really long time. And this is like 5-day-a-week use of this color, this color, this color, this color, and this color. So it does last a long time. If you're only gonna buy a palette every couple of years and you're gonna use it daily, it does not make my eyes water. That's the #1 reason why I use this, is that pretty much everything I use makes my eye water. And so that's why I love this so much. It's pigmented, it blends so beautifully, the colors are amazing. So this is what it looks like after 2 years of use. I just got myself a new one because I was tired of digging my brush in and scraping them. So this is a brand new one, so you can see what they actually look like. So these are the actual colors. So I use this one, and this one in my crease, that one and that one on my lower lash line. Sometimes I'll put this all over the lid, sometimes I'll put it in my crease. This is my liner every single day. Today I have this one on my lid, this one as my liner, and then this, and this in my crease, and then that in my crease as well. And that's my brow bone and my inner corner highlight. So but you have like all of these colors. So you've got shimmery ones, you've got matte ones. It's just a great everyday palette. I just absolutely love it. It comes with a big mirror and it's really beautiful as well. So definitely worth the investment. It is expensive, but honestly, I mean, I love it. I love it so much. I've been talking about it for so long. You guys know I love it. It's such a good palette. And I think for the money, it's well worth it, especially if you have sensitive eyes, because I absolutely love these, but they do make my eyes water. Pretty much everything makes my eye water except for the Red Aspen Fulfilled palette, which is just so annoying. But I would say if you don't have watery eye problems, the Patrick Ta, beautiful. So, so beautiful. Luckily, the cream ones don't make my eyes water, so I use those when I want to do like a smoky eye. So today I used this one, and I just used this dark color right here, and I just apply it with a flat brush, pack it onto the lid. But these are so beautiful as well. I mean, you can see the colors are, they're just so sparkly. The mattes are beautiful. The shimmers are beautiful. They almost feel wet. They're so pigmented and so creamy. So that one for me is an absolute winner. I also love this one. This is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2. This one's got some fabulous colors. But again, you've got your two cream ones here, and then you've got all of your mattes on the top, and then all of your shimmery ones on. But isn't that, I mean, they're stunning. They're so stunning. These three are always in my little makeup bag. So I have like all of my favorite products, because obviously I have drawers and drawers full of makeup. But like these are the products that I actually have in my bag. So in here in the middle, I always have those three palettes, and then I have all my bronzers and all of my face stuff, and then I just zip it up. I got this from Target. It's the Sonia Kashuk. It's actually really great. So I usually always start with the base with mostly the Red Aspen, but you know, either of those. And then I usually go in with like sparkly toppers. So I keep all my sparkly toppers in here. And I love ColourPop. You can never go wrong with ColourPop, pretty much anything. As long as you like the color, you're gonna love it, because they're so good. The Super Shock shadows are just my favorite. My most used ones are Cosmic Charge. I don't think they sell this anymore. I'll link one that's very, very similar to it, but basically kind of like a shimmery taupey color. You wanna know what's funny, you guys? When I was in, well, it was in England, so what grade would I be? It would have been 8th grade here, because it was year 9 in England. I used to use this pink sparkly powder. I think I got it from, where did I get it from? Miss Selfridge. I think I got it from Miss Selfridge. And it was this like little pot of like pink sparkly like fairy dust looking powder. And I used to wear it every day, like all over my eyes. And I used to get in trouble all the time, because they would say like, you can't wear pink sparkly eyeshadow. You're only in year 9. And I would wear it every single day, and every day I would get in trouble. And I would wear my tie, like we were supposed to wear your tie long, but everyone wore them short. And so I'd wear my tie short, and then I'd wear this pink sparkly eyeshadow, and I would always get told off. And then my art teacher was like very out there. I just loved her so much. I was like super into art at the time. She'd say, oh, did you get in trouble for your eyeshadow today? And I'd say, yeah. She said, but you still wearing it? And I said, yeah. Like, you can't tell me to stop wearing sparkles. But they would say, like, I remember you had like a main teacher that you would go in the morning, and like that was like your, I don't know, I can't remember what it was called, but like that was your main teacher, and then you'd go to all your other classes, and the main teacher would always be the one that would tell me that I wasn't allowed to wear it. And I remember I think one day she called me like a fairy, or she said, oh, stop trying to be a fairy. And I was like, that's my freaking goal. Like, that's what I want to be. And so it was funny, because I think she was trying to like be mean, but I actually loved it. So I've been glittering ever since I was 13, basically. This is Frog. Frog is one of my most favorite colors, as you can see, because I have Hit Pan, and it is so amazing. So that's Frog right there. It's just really pretty and sparkly. I wanted to get a tattoo of a fairy on my back, actually, next to Eminem's name. I had it all drawn out in a little notebook. I was gonna have Eminem in big letters on my lower back, and then a little fairy like at the top, like she was flying over it. That was my tattoo dream. Oh God, so pretty. It's the Rooftop Cocktails. It has a little bit of a brownie kind of green red shift. It's really, really pretty. It reminds me of a mermaid. Look at that. Oh, it's like the blue brown pigment from MAC. So I love that one. These little elf situations, I have all of the colors. I'm trying to think what colors I like. This one is Disco Queen, and it is so, so pretty. They're just these really sparkly like liquid shadows. They're total dupes for the Stila ones, but that's Disco Queen. So it's really, really sparkly. Oh, this freaking cameraman. Dude, you're supposed to be autofocus. Get a life. Why are you so difficult? There we go. Okay, so that's Disco Queen. Okay, and then Flirty Birdie is literally so pretty. amazing. I'll get up close in a sec. So Flirty Birdie is definitely one to have. Pinky Swear is so pretty. It's a little bit more pink than Flirty Birdie. They're all so sparkly though. They're so pretty and they're so cheap. And then this one is called Moon Loon. A little bit more metallic. So let me get up close so you guys can see all of these because they're so pretty. But any of the colors are great. They're all just so sparkly. Look at that. Flirty Birdie is the winner. So they're just stunning, so pretty. And then if you're looking to spend a little bit more money, Kitten Kaleidoscope from Stila is just so beautiful. A lot more expensive. Little bit different though. I mean, they definitely are. Oh, the Stila, now that I have it compared to the e.l.f., the Stila is quite impressive. There is the Stila right there, the Kitten Kaleidoscope. Can you guys see this, the sheen that the Stila one gives versus the sparkle that the e.l.f. gives? But Kitten Kaleidoscope is just magical. Magical. Lithium from Urban Decay. These are so sparkly. They're just so beautiful on the lid. I love putting this over the top of a smoky eye. Look at that. That is so pretty. And then this one is Space Cowboy. So there's Space Cowboy. So a little bit more neutral. Again, very sparkly. And then there's also, where is it? Solstice, which is so beautiful. It's, oh, it's so shifty and fabulous. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, I love it. So those are my 3 favorites from Urban Decay. And then if you don't have these, you're missing out in life. This is the Bobbi Brown Luxe Eye Shadow Rich Sparkle in Moonstone. Just wait. Look how pretty. Oh, look at that. That is so beautiful. It's like so sparkly and amazing, and you can top it over anything and it looks great. Okay, we are moving on for brows, 2 brows. This was my absolute favorite for the whole year. Dark Blonde Brow Stylist Definer from L'Oreal. It's just the best color if you are natural blonde and you have like naturally kind of like ashy blonde brows. It's amazing. Then I used the Lift and Snatch in Ash Brown from NYX for my little hairs. It's just a nice little pen. And then what I've recently been loving is the Grande Brow 2-in-1 Tinted Brow Gel and Brow Enhancing Serum in Light. So this one is actually a brow gel, so it sets your brows in place, but it's actually like a brow growth serum as well. And I do actually think that my brows are growing, so that's exciting. The one that I used for majority of the year though was the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Brow Shaping Gel with jojoba oil. This is in the color Soft Taupe. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more affordable, this one is great, and the wand is like super tiny. So that one is also a really great option. My favorite lash curler was the Lancome. I like this one because I have very rounded eyes. And everything else that I've tried is geared more towards almond shaped eyes. These ones fit my eye really well. So if you have a rounded shape eye, it really does make a difference in what curler you're using, and the Lancome one is really, really good for that. Mascara for the year was definitely the Cils Booster XL from Lancome with the Hypnose Drama. This has a lash conditioning treatment in it, so it actually helps your lashes grow as you're using it. And then this is just really great. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't get anywhere, it stays all day, it doesn't flake, it's bomb, and it makes your lashes really big. And then I did discover this one towards the end of the year, and I do love it. However, I think it's breaking my lashes off, so I stopped using it. Maybe it won't do that for you. I just find it very difficult to remove. And so because I have watery eyes, I have to go in with a cotton pad and micellar water to remove my eyelashes, because I can't just go in with a balm or my eyes will get really irritated. So I think if you could use a balm on your eyes, you'd probably be okay with this because it would break it down, because the micellar water just does not break it down. So give it a go. If you don't have to use micellar water to remove your eyelashes or your mascara, if you can just use a balm to like break it up, I think you might be okay, but it is quite hard to remove. It's the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. It's their new one. It makes your lashes look so amazing because it's like a really interesting little wand. So the wand is like flat, and then it's got the little grooves on the side, so you literally it lifts your lashes up like unbelievable. Your eyes are like phew, so big, but for me it's very difficult to remove, and that's why I stopped using it, was because I think my lashes were breaking off. But that's what the wand looks like of the Hypnose Drama. My favorite nude liner, and I don't know if you can even get this anymore, is the 1002 Nudo Silk Kajal Kohl eyeliner from Lord & Berry. It was just, I mean, you can see it's gotten quite small. It's the best color, and it doesn't make my eyes water, but I can't find it on Amazon anymore. Okie doke. We're moving on to lips. This is gonna be such a long video. My favorite of all time is the Pillow Talk lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury. It is the best pinky nude color. I have to have a little bit of pink, otherwise things go really brown and ashy looking on me. So that's why I like this one, is that it's like the color of my lips naturally. If I had lips that were still colored, mine are very, like they've gotten really pale. This is 602 Sepia from Makeup Forever. I also really like this one. I think it's a really beautiful color. I just feel like I like the Pillow Talk's consistency better. And then if you're looking for one that has a little bit more of like a reddish tone, this one is beautiful. Chicory from MAC. When I want to wear like a reddish lip, I absolutely love that color. It's so beautiful. Fenty Beauty, what are they called? Gloss Bomb lip glosses. Specifically the color Fussy and Sweet Mouth. Telling you what, guys, they are, they smell so good. The wand is so big and fat, so it really puts down a ton of product. That's Fussy, and then this one is Sweet Mouth. Oh, they're just so good. Like, look how pretty those are. I also absolutely love the color Cheeky. This adds like a little bit of a pinky kind of reddish pop to the lip. Champ Stamp Fantasy. I got these like in a little set. Oh, that one's so pretty. It's got more of like a peachy tone to it. I'll get up close in a sec. And then Fenty Glow Fantasy was also amazing. Also, the Hot Chocolate Fantasy is like such a cool color. And they're just all so beautiful. So that's Hot Chocolate Fantasy, that's the Fenty Glow, and then that's the Champ Stamp, and then Fussy, Sweet Mouth, and Cheeky. So honestly, her formula is just so amazing. Also absolutely loved the, this one is the Berry, the Dior lip oils. So beautiful, again, super nice fat wand. So that's Berry right there, which is really pretty because it has like a purpley tone. And then the other one is in my purse, so I'll go and grab that. I'm gonna show you guys the ones that are in my actual everyday bag. So I've got Fussy in there, because Fussy is the bomb. I've got 2 mini Charlotte Tilburys, because I've lost one and then I refound it, and they're both used up a lot. Raspberry lip oil from Dior. This is my absolute favorite one. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It just adds the best pinky color. I have the Sephora lip liner to go in the color Pink Beige. I'll put it over here. It's like a really pretty, actually very similar to Completely Sepia, but much cheaper. And actually I think I like the formula better. Plain Koi, which you guys know is my all-time favorite, but they discontinued it because they're losers. Pink Glow by Makeup by Mario is like seriously so beautiful. If you don't have this, you absolutely need to add this to your cart, because it's not very good on the knuckle, is it? It gives the prettiest, here, I'll just put some on. Tell me that isn't amazing. And then I also have Makeup by Mario Nude Glow. It's just more of a nude color. Okay, then we have sparkly ones. If you guys are looking for a good sparkly lip gloss, Anastasia Amber Sparkle is so, so pretty. Look how pretty that is. It is so sparkly and beautiful. And they smell like vanilla frosting. And then I also love Peachy. And that one is a little bit more of like a peachy pinky color. So you guys can see right there. Aren't those so beautiful? So I love those for a good sparkly gloss. And then these iconic London lip oils, I'm telling you, I thought I had more blush, but I think I have more lip oils. One to Watch and She's a Peach amaze. What I like about these is that they actually have a wand that rotates so it doesn't disrupt your lip oil underneath. So it's kind of handy. Like can you guys see how it's rotating? Anyway, so that's the one to watch. It puts just down like a little hint of like a berry tone. And then this one is so pretty. It's just kind of like a hint of a peachy tone. These have no scent, which kind of makes me sad, but they're really, really glossy. Okay, then the Lip Injection Maximum Plump in the color Yummy Bear is also really pretty. This one is a real stinger though. This one is like definitely, it definitely burns, but it just has like a little bit of a pinky tint and there's like little sparkles in there. And then I love the Rhode Lip or Peptide Lip Treatments. Well, these are just really, really glossy. They have no color though. Clear, but they just make the lips look really, really glossy. And the salted caramel one smells really good. As far as lipsticks go, you guys know I have a very typical light color that I go for. This is the Wet n Wild Peach Please. I always go for a peachy kind of pinky color. I love the Flower Beauty 010 Bare Pout. That one's a little bit more peachy, a little bit lighter, not as shiny. MAC Myth is the one I've been wearing the most often, which is that color right there. I also love the color 64 Room Service from Sephora Collection. That one's a little bit more peachy. And then Tease from Anastasia right there. Am I in focus? I like that one a lot. Kim KW from Charlotte Tilbury is like, God, it's just so, so pretty. That's Kim KW. This is number 24 from the Sephora collection. This one's really glossy. It's super pretty. It's right there. And then this is the Refi Rose. It's actually a cream blush, but it's very, very close to Plain Koi from MAC. Oh, there we go. See, it's like so close to Plain Koi. So this one is a cream blush, but you can definitely use it as a lipstick. Let me just swatch Plain Koi next to it so you guys can see how close it is. They're almost exact, aren't they? So those are all of the lipsticks that I love. They're almost, something just fell. They're almost all exact. That's so funny. I like what I like. I also really love the Clarins lip oils. I think they're really pretty, and this one is, they're called the Lip Comfort Oil. They have a really big fat wand as well. Very similar to the Dior actually. They smell like Ribena. That's 03 Cherry. Then I have 02 Raspberry. So that just gives you like a little hint of pink. And then we have 01 Honey, and that's got like a little tint of an orange color. So those are the 3 shades right there. This is literally gonna be like a 2-hour video. My voice is so dry. Let me just have another cup of tea real quick, or I mean a sip. It's cold at this point. It's super cold. Laneige lip mask. This is the Lip Treatment Balm. What I like about this one is that it comes with a little thing that you can stick right in, which is pretty handy. And it's got like these little iridescent, like light reflecting pigments to it. It's not focusing. I don't know if you guys can tell. Do you guys see those like little, it's kind of got like a purpley glow. So when you put it on, oh my God, I think our fridge people are here. Just kidding, it's not the fridge people. It's someone trying to sell us stuff. That always happens to our house. Okay, so that's the Laneige. See how it's got like little kind of like light reflecting pigments? It's super pretty. The Gummy Bear lip mask from Laneige. If you know, you know. First of all, it smells delicious. Like grape now and laters or something. And it's like, it comes with a little spatula. It's like this beautiful purple color. So when you put it on, it actually is like a purple color. Look at that. Is that not the most spectacular thing ever? It's so beautiful. So that's been my go-to at the moment. I've been wearing that a ton. And then my other favorite, I also love the peach one of this, but I gave that one to Lily. This is the Awake by Tarte. I used up the whole peach one. This one is watermelon. So this one adds a little bit more of like a red color, and it's kind of like a dupe for the Item Beauty lip oils, to be honest, because hers add like a little bit of a color as well. So that's the watermelon, and then they also have a peach, but the watermelon just adds this like really pretty like watermelon tone to your lips, so it's really pretty. My favorite sparkle spray.
You're missing something.
What?
Me.
Oh, you're my favorite.
Yeah, but
What?
do you know where your cup is? I'm pretty sure that's what Dad asked.
My cup? My big water one?
I think so.
It's on my desk. My desk.
Okay.
Yeah. Catch you later, boy. This is technically part of my makeup routine because I use it every single day when I do my makeup, so I'm just gonna use it as my favorites. But this is the Eva NYC Queen Silver Glitter Spray. Just watch. Did you guys see that? Look at that. There we go. The sparkles are unreal from this. It's so pretty. Smells really good. It's a dry spray, so there's no oil, there's no moisture. It's just a dry glitter spray that you spray all over your body. You can put it in your hair. Did that show? I don't know. And it's amazing, so I highly recommend this. I'll link everything down below. But I kind of need to take a break. I'm really tired. I've been standing here for 3.5 hours straight, and my back is actually starting to hurt. And I just need to like take a break from talking because I've been filming TikToks and YouTube since 9 o'clock. My voice is a little bit dry. So I think I'm just gonna like stop there. And then I think I need to do a brushes as well. My favorite brushes of 2022. Because I feel like honestly, you can make or break your makeup with a brush. I think it really does come down to the tools that you're using. So I think that's gonna be another video. So maybe like the next few videos will just be all of my favorites, but in different categories. And then that way you guys can find out all the good deets. But I'm done so. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found this helpful. Everything will be linked down below. My voice just broke, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.